Hi, I'm Christina, and this is a book review of Finlay Donovan is Killing It by Elle Cosimano. So this is a mystery contemporary kind of novel, and it was published in 2021. Now, I've heard so much buzz on BookTube about this book. It made it to so many people's best books of 2021. So I was really expecting to love this book, but I just kind of thought that it was okay. So our main character is Finlay, and she is a struggling author. She's written a few books, but not many people have read them, and she is now currently struggling to write her next novel. And she's also having a difficult time in her personal life as well. She is a recently divorced single mom of two. She's now struggling to pay the bills. She's had her heart broken by her ex-husband, and she's also on the cusp of a custody battle with him and his new fiance. So with all of these things going on in her mind, she is currently running late to a meeting with her agent. And as they are discussing the plot of her latest novel over lunch, a woman overhears their conversation and she mistakenly assumes that Finlay is a hit woman. So Finlay leaves that meeting with a little note of paper with a name, an address, a phone number, and an offer of $50,000 to kill someone. So there's quite a lot on her plate at the moment. And so I've heard lots of people say that this is just so much fun, it's really funny, and it makes you laugh out loud. And honestly, I just didn't think it was that funny. It didn't really make me laugh, and I just thought it was okay. Quite a lot of the time reading it, I just kind of thought it was just kind of going through the motions. So it just felt like a kind of average read that I've kind of already read before in a way. So I will say my favourite thing about it is the friendship she has with a woman who is now living with her as her live-in nanny, and she is called Veronica, known as Vero, and I think they have a really nice kind of friendship. But it definitely reminds me of Dead to Me, the Netflix show, and I was constantly comparing the two things as I was reading this book, and I have to say, I think that show did it so much better. It was so funny, I was so connected to the characters, and it has that kind of same kind of silly, over-the-top kind of humour of just normal people, normal women getting involved in murder and all of these kind of crazy plots. And I think these constant comparisons that I was drawing myself just kind of affected my enjoyment of it, because I've heard people say it does have Dead to Me vibes, and it does, but I just think Dead to Me is so much better. So that was a shame, and it's unfair of me to constantly compare it to something else, but I just couldn't help it as I was reading it. And yeah, I was just a little bit underwhelmed. I think one of the main things was I wasn't connected to Finlay as a character. I thought that she was fine, but I didn't find her really funny. I wasn't really rooting for her, and I wasn't particularly interested in either of the love interests. There's a little bit of a love triangle. I wasn't particularly fussed about either of them, and I didn't really feel much for the children or the ex-husband or any of the other characters, to be honest. I just kind of thought that it was all okay. Now, it definitely wasn't a bad book. It was a decent enough time, but there was a few times as I was reading it, just kind of hoping to finish it so I could get along to the next book. So yeah, I thought it was fine. It's going to be just a 3-star read for me, and it's going to be a low 3-star read. I certainly didn't not enjoy it, but I didn't love it. And I think that's the thing here. The hype has got me on this one. I was expecting to just absolutely adore this book. I thought I was going to be sitting there just smiling to myself and laughing away to myself, and I just didn't have that kind of experience with it. So yeah, I just thought it was a bit of a disappointment, but it was fine. It's all completely fine. Now, I will say that I thought the ending was really good, actually. I was sitting there thinking, I'm not going to bother picking up the second book. I'm not interested. I'm just going to read this as a standalone for me, and that's going to be it. But that very last page of the epilogue, I'm intrigued now. I want to know what happens next. So I thought the ending was good, and she's hooked me back in. So I think I probably will one day pick up the second book of this, but I'm not going to be in a massive rush to read it. But I think I probably will one day. So yeah, if you've read this book, I would love to know what you thought of it. Did you absolutely love it, or how did you feel about it? I'd love to know your thoughts on it. So thank you so much for watching. Please do like the video if you've liked it, and please do subscribe if you'd like to see more of me talking about books. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.